This goes down to the soul of who we are. Land is complex, and I believe that you need somebody who's living it. You need somebody who lives and breathes and dies and bleeds and sweats by the land and loves it. I'm McKinley Smoot. I grew up on a cattle ranch that's been in the family since 1904, and my whole life has been sitting around tables listening to usually older folks talking about land and water and livestock. And so I really didn't have a choice in the matter.
My name's Cody Adams, my now wife. We graduated college and we wanted something different. We had grew up in a small town in South Carolina. We were yearning for an adventure, I guess you could say. And I said, what about we go west? And luckily she said yes.
My name is Jim Hickey. I grew up in Virginia, and my mom grew up on a farm, and that farm was a very sacred and dear place to us growing up. And so from a very early age, as young as I can remember, that's just always what I've wanted to do, was be on the land and enjoying the land.
My name is Brett Snyder. When I was growing up in Southern California, my grandfather was the president of both the John Muir Society and the Sierra Club. My aunt and uncle bought a place in 1982 over in the Teton Valley. That's where I learned how to hunt, how to ride, and how to saddle. And that place is near and dear to me, and we go back often.
All good, gentlemen?
Land and ranch, recreational properties, agricultural properties, they are so complex because there are so many moving parts. There are crops to think about. There are animals and livestock to think about. There are so many different aspects that you need someone that not only knows how to navigate those different aspects, also knows which ones to look for. The ones that may not be obvious to somebody that's not experienced in that kind of transaction.
You have to know not only the market, but you've got to know the land, you've got to know the water. It's an all-encompassing task to familiarize yourself with it.
If you want this to be a legacy, if you want this to last multiple generations, which many buyers do, you need to have somebody who has experienced multiple generations and is still in the game. That's the nice thing about the advisors in the land and ranch group, is that they're gritty. They know exactly where the pitfalls of buying a piece of property of size and complexity is.
We're going to go out and we're going to do all the research. We're going to look at well water. We're going to look at water rights. We're going to look at leases, ag leases, hunting leases. We're going to be there for you and make sure that we're showing you the right places, not wasting your time.
It's almost impossible for us to extricate the ranching from the real estate in our world, because being the rancher, being a water user, being a person who raises livestock, we have to understand the things that people deal with every day because we deal with it. It's not another piece of property. It's not just a home. You're buying the complexity of nature. As they say, water is life. Water is not an infinite resource here. Things change. Climatic things are always shifting on you. Ranchers and farmers are really the few people who can actually make a difference ecologically, because they're on the land every single day. Regenerative agriculture is using techniques that not only improve the productivity and financial viability of a ranch, simultaneously improving the ecological function of a piece of ground or a landscape. How do you find synchronicity inside of growing a crop or raising an animal, and also honoring the ecology and environment that we all depend on as our habitat as human beings? Land use and environmental protection should be the same thing. You can use it for the benefit of humanity, building homes, doing agriculture. They should be able to be mutually beneficial because that's our habitat.
The biggest challenge, I think, with anything is the unknown. If you're going to be a steward of the land, it takes some work, whether it's mitigating your noxious weeds, caring for the ground and the soil and the grass like you should.
Land is honest. It'll be truthful with you about how you treat it. It'll give back to you. And the same with livestock. And so I'm a firm believer that human beings can be a positive force for soil health, ecological health, and overall large landscapes. That's why I do what I do, is to help people understand why that's important and how to do that profitably.
In these smaller rural communities, people want to help each other and they want everyone to thrive. And so I think that culture of collaboration in Engel Völkers and that community of collaboration and help that we see in these Western towns, I think they're very similar.
Engel Völkers is the relationships that you can build between shops and different advisors, not just in America, not just in Canada, worldwide.
We are experts in the fields that we cover, whether that is a hunting property or a fishing property or an agricultural property, equestrian property. We understand it on all different levels, and we are true experts for those properties so that you're going to get exactly what you want.
The Engel Völkers Land and Ranch Group is folks who have boots on the ground, as you would say. They live it. We understand our localities better than anyone else, and we care. We care about the land. We care about its use. We care about our clients and how their future is going to be as well.